Hey guys, Kid Guru here, and today I have another Vegas tutorial for you guys. I haven't done one in a while here. So, again, it's a little. This one's gonna be on. Actually, let me go over to my other monitor here and pull it off. So sorry. Let me go off screen for a second. Okay, so some not even just as like can deal with sports or anything. Just some cool filming techniques. I'm gonna be dealing with the fisheye and slow motion, but some skaters may call it ramp slow mo. Pretty sure at least. How to do some stuff like that the easier way in my technique to slow motion and stuff like that. And this can apply to all sports, videos, whatever you're editing. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Now, people ask why don't I use the full screen? Because it kind of distorts quality and it makes the file bigger, obviously, because it has to record the whole screen. I like the region because I can move around and auto pan around. And if there really is anything I have to show you, I'll just drag it out and make it, all in the within the region. Like if I want to show you the preview, I can just drag it out. Like say I'm editing here and I want to show you the preview. Maybe I'll decide to one day go to full screen just to, if it's needed. But for this tutorial, I'm just gonna show you how to do that in the fixed region with auto pan. So first we're gonna cover the fisheye effect, and this can be applied for really any video, I guess. Skaters use this, sports videos, whatever. So I'm just gonna use a video I'm editing on right now with my friends. Skate video, another one. I'm gonna go to where I have his what do you call that, fisheye effect in one of these parts. Sorry, I have to kind of go through the whole video and the huge timeline because this is all raw footage right here, so that's why. And I have somewhere here of the clip. And if you don't know what the fisheye is, it's basically this is the effect, not the actual, to make it look like you actually. It's not gonna be perfect, obviously, but basically, fisheye lens are what kind of makes the image look rounded, if you know what I mean. This is the clip we're gonna be using right here. Makes the image kind of look rounded, and you've probably seen it. The lens is on the camera that you actually have to buy. I don't have one on the camera I'm using. It's just gonna be used on a trick that my friend's doing, and I like to pull it off to another track just so it's easier to edit it around with. So let's say I want to make this look, a little bit more round and have that fisheye effect. I'm not even sure why they call it the fisheye, but anyhow, so that's what I'm going to be fisheyeing real quick, and let's get started. So first off, to do it, you're going to want to get your effect, and that effect is under deform. So go to video effects, deform, go to bend horizontally. That's when you want to use. Just drag it to it, and your image is going to look a little distorted now. Don't mind that. I'm going to increase this just so I can get a better look at it. Okay, so it's going to look a little distorted. Don't worry about that. So I'm just going to drag this up here so we can kind of get a feel for both. What you're going to do is kind of drag this slider. Actually, I don't want to look like that because... Okay, you're going to want to drag this... Oh, what the heck, I'll just move it all the way over. Drag this left slider and the right slider to kind of get it to the way you want it. You want it to make the image to look kind of zoomed and puffed. So I'm just going to kind of adjust this as needed. And as you see here, it's kind of looking like more... There you go, about there. And then you might want to mess with the bottom a little bit. Kind of make it look like it has that kind of like magnifying type look in it. You can see it kind of looks like, the image looks like it's puffed up, stuff like that. And you just want to mess with these main sliders right here. I mean, you can adjust with all the other ones, but the curves are the main thing you want to do. The amount is basically, you can mess with that too because it's kind of push it in and out. It's up to you. So this is it at 100, and you see those little lines. We'll work around with actually making that little oval lens shape and with another tool, but I'm just kind of tweening the edges around here. So we got about I'm not gonna go perfect. You kind of got that image looked, I guess you can say, but we're gonna do one more thing to kind of zoom it in, and that's gonna make it look again more like that effect of the fisheye lens. You're going to want to use the tool. Actually, before you even do that, you want to zoom in. Like I said, you have to use a pan crop, and of course, how you zoom in, just going to want to take this and kind of drop it down, and again, it looks like you're zoomed in. And then so just take the corners, and the more you drag it in, the more it's going to zoom. So I'm going to kind of drag it out a little bit. Again, I'm not perfect at this, but you make sure the image is centered. And then after that, to get the little lens effect, you want to go to cookie cutter, and I'm just going to close this now. Cookie cutter, and just use a circle center and drop that in. Then you're going to get that look. Now you're going to want to keep it in the center, but you're going to take, let's see here, the feather's going to make it look softer, so keep that always at 0 just so it has that perfect round. I mean, you can mess with that. The size is what I'm going to gonna mess with. So you see, it's kind of making that look. Now the only problem is the border of with the top, where you can adjust that. You can go back into your effect with deform by clicking here, and just messing a little bit with that top and bottom, just so you don't get that look. So so you see that, you can see that curved line at the top. I don't really like that effect. I'm gonna shear it a little bit, maybe even, and then adjust that just a little bit, and then pull the top, maybe adjust the bottom there, and then you have that. There you go. You have that type of zoomed in type look. So that's the fisheye. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously it's not perfect, and I guess I can play a little bit with you. Hopefully it won't lag. So again, it's probably lagging, and it looks just like that. So I mean, you can zoom in more to make it look, and you can, adjust with a curve to make it look more, curved out and zoomed in. But that's just the basics of putting the fisheye lens on. So moving on, a little bit of ramp slow-mo, or just, basic slow motion. And this is, more of like when somebody's doing a trick, for example, like let's say you saw that trick he was just about to do. This part right here, if we can slow-mo it and then hit the trick right there, and, kind of slow-mo it and then let go of it when he does a trick, so, to make it look kind of cool. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to want to first off cut this image up and slice it. That's an easier way. I mean, you could just obviously take the image and slow-mo it and snip it in the middle, but to get a perfect result, you can do, I would suggest cutting it up piece by piece, just so you get a timed slow-mo type thing. Because like I said, you can just take the middle, like right before, like, let's say I got right here before he does a trick, I can just snip it right there, slow-mo that part, and then, go fast. But to make it look timed and, in a sort of way keyframed, be easier to do a couple snippets. And I like separating on a different track just so I can see better. So I'm gonna get the first couple seconds here, and I gotta snip that, and then I gotta get the next couple seconds here when he's, getting crouching to do the trick, and just before he does the trick again, I'm gonna get that thing, and right before he pops, I'll get maybe one more stop. So I mean, again, it's not perfect. If you have a better trick, you can, obviously snip it up more, and longer if you want it to be slower, make more little snippets. But I just have basic 4 or 5 snips right here. And again, to slow-mo it, all you want to do is you want to zoom in here so you can see this. If you hold control on the end of a clip, you see that little squiggly line? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. Just hold it, and if you push it inwards, I believe that's slow-mo, I believe. Or even maybe that's fast. Let me see. Maybe it's the longer you drag it, the slower it goes. Hang on, let me double check on that. Zoom out here. See, I always get confused on this. Is it... okay. See, this is why I like it being on another track, so I can work with it easier. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this one to another track again, just to make sure here. And then this tool, the auto ripple, I'm going to move that. Auto ripple just basically shifts everything to the side, just so I can focus on this. Yeah, okay, so the longer you pull it, the inward, if you want, go fast and then slow, I guess, that would be kind of weird, but if you want to, push it inward with holding control. If you want it more slower, pulling it outward. So I'm going to pull this back up now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to turn auto ripple off too. Actually, let me keep it on while I pull this in and then turn it off. Okay, so now you're just going to want to take these and kind of time it. I mean, it's up to you how you want to time it. You can do other ways to slow it, but this is like my favorite. This is my basically favorite way to kind of slow it down. I'm going to pull this over. Make sure you have no clips overlaying each other. Like here. I can't get that last clip. There you go. And then again, you're going to want to pull it, kind of slow-mo a little bit there, and a little bit there, and there. Okay, so here, I guess it's not perfect, but again, slow pops out. And like, I mean, I don't know how you guys can see that on the YouTube, but I mean, if you want it slower, you would have to make more cuts. I can probably make a cut right there, and then maybe even drag it out longer, and then pull everything else aside if it was okay. It doesn't want to pull because auto ripple is a very, very useful tool when editing, so keep that in mind. Okay, so play it slowed out, and I mean, then again, you can, it'll be more smooth when you actually render out the video, and if I wasn't recording. So yeah, those are the 2 techniques I'm going to show you guys today: fisheye and ramp slow-mo. You can combine those and get a kind of an effect like that. Hopefully you guys can see that in Cam Studio. Hope you can. Anyways, guys, that's my tutorial today on Vegas, so hope that helped you guys out. You never know what you can use it for. Very cool stuff, for film or whatever it may be. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching, and this video that I'm working on here, the skate video, will be out soon on the channel, so look forward to that. Anyway, guys, don't forget to check out the site at adrianstech.com. Thanks again, and email all your questions, concerns at adrianstech@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.